call the meeting to order, if we could please. Study session for November 2nd. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Bear.
Present.
Commissioner Walls.
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Morning.
Commissioner Duckham. Commissioner Pileski. Commissioner Mahoney.
Good morning. Present.
Commissioner Williams. Present. Commissioner Snell.
Here.
Chairman Shotwell.
Here.
8 present.
Thank you. Since we lack an approval of the agenda on the agenda, I will ask for an approval of the agenda and for it to be amended to move item 6 to position 4, if we could please.
I'll move that. Support.
We have a motion and support for the amended agenda.
Move an item.
I took item 6, the 2 IT projects, Tony, and I made it so Michelle can give those before we go into closed session, so she's not having to sit here while we're in closed session, sir. Yes, sir. All in favor of the amended agenda?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We've arrived at public comment guidelines. Each individual will state their name and have 3 minutes to address the board. You may only address the board once under this public comment opportunity and may not yield your time to others. Board members will not debate or answer questions at this time. Public comment is now open.
Peter Bournemouth. I just want to say today is election day. Everyone please get out and vote. And I want to dispel a rumor being spread by my opponent, Karen Bonnell. I have not dropped out of the 5th Ward race. I am running as a write-in candidate. Please take the time to write my name in, and you will have a candidate who will actually support you. Karen Bonnell has never been voted for by a single 5th Ward voter. She was appointed. She is an outside interest, and no one should support Karen Bonnell. If you're not going to write my name in, leave that part of your ballot empty.
Seeing no other public comment, I'd like to move on to approval of the minutes, please.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the minutes from the October study session. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried. We've now arrived at request for ARPA funding approval for IT project number 12. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for your consideration and adjusting your agenda for me this morning. I appreciate it. Okay, so today we have IT project number 2. This is a combination project that includes multiple items, including hardware, software, and services. And to also make a correction up front, thank you, Commissioner Bear, for bringing this to my attention. There was an addition error on my part in the staff report. The number for the building total was $1,326,000. The actual number is $1,322,142.25. I had just typed in the wrong numbers, so that's where the calculation error comes in there. I will adjust the staff report and update it on that, just so you know, FYI. Okay, the projects that come here are including enhancements and refreshes to the existing hardware and software in our tower data centers, in our disaster recovery sites, which also tie into security services that we have in for the other IT projects that we have allotted. This project also includes another partnership with PC Solutions to upgrade all of the core switches, not the floor switches, for all of the county buildings. That's part of this project.
Questions, commissioners? Is this something that's going to occur, like we'll just plug in new switches throughout old ones, or is it something that has to be implemented over a period of time?
We'll remove the old switches. We won't do it all at one time, but we'll meter them out. So we'll schedule one building or another building and just kind of meter them out, not all at one time.
And since this is hardware, is this stuff salvageable, or is it just scrapped, or do we sell it on eBay, or what do we do with it?
There is a vendor called, it's ServiceNow that we're going to work with to see. They do buy all older things so that they can sell for parts that we're looking into that.
Okay. Any other questions from commissioners? Commissioner Williams?
Good morning. Just one quick question.
Sure.
Just on this particular project, I know some things are more, would require more education to fix. But I was just wondering if with this particular project, would we be able to save money if we had like our own staff here at the, within county government to fix this?
That's a great question. The answer is not really. It would be really highly technical skilled and involved also because we're partnering with vendors as part of the maintenance and support agreements that come with the software and the hardware. It's important that we work with them because they provide those services to us to break fix, if you will.
Okay.
It would be very expensive for us to have someone on staff that could do this.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was a
That was my only
it
question.
was a very good question, though.
Thank you. Nothing
You're
further.
welcome.
Nothing further, Mr. Chair.
Be aware, commissioners. This is not something we'll be voting on today.
I'm sorry, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just curious if we entertained any additional bids, or is this just a vendor that we were already currently working with?
We're already currently working with them.
Okay. Was there any thought to entertain any other bids, or is this just specific to the work that they already are contracting for?
Specific to the work they specialize.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Moving on to our IT project number 13. This one is a combined project that will be used by the Sheriff's Department, Central Dispatch, County Administration, and any other department who would need to field public information requests for FOIA requests or any other requests for information processing. The system is centralized. It has everything in one place so that it can start in one place and end in one place, from receiving the request to actually disseminating the data and information to the requester, as well as covering and taking any fees that are established with the business of taking FOIAs, if they have to charge for paper, if they have to charge for digital devices or whatnot, those types of things. This system is centralized. It can be used by everyone, and it makes sense because it's shareable information with everyone, and everything is in one place. We currently don't have a system in place. Right now, a lot of what they're doing really does include blocking out things with Sharpie markers or blocking them out with other kinds of media to protect confidential information from being disseminated that can't be put to the public. So it's very time-consuming and laborious.
Will commissioners have access to this information, and will be, will the things disseminated to them, or is this something that's just done administratively and we're not involved?
As far as meaning accessing the system,
Yes.
I would say unless there's any reason that someone would say no, there would be no reason that you couldn't have access to it.
Okay.
It's a FOIA, guys, so we would calling you to get information if we believe you have information to meet the needs of the FOIA. So, or it'll generate an email to you, and and then perhaps a subsequent phone call by one of us to say, hey, where is it? But yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Mr. Bear?
Thank you, Chairman. For our discussion, FOIA requests, we know they've been going on for years. They get answered. The request gets made to the department that they want the information from. What would be the circumstances under which commissioners would need to know that information? Personally, I figure that's none of my business.
Yeah, I wasn't taking the question as access to all the FOIAs, because I would agree with you. It's a FOIA request. I think the access part would be where we access you, where we call you and say, hey, we need this, or this is coming. And anything involving commissioners, I always kind of keep you guys informed, especially on a FOIA. You shouldn't be, finding that out after the fact that someone's waving a piece of paper in your face that they've got this information that was or was not on your email or so forth. So that's really the only access. I mean, there's thousands of FOIAs, and, like all the sheriff's FOIAs, I don't even see the sheriff's FOIAs. He approves those.
My thought, Tony, was coming from against us, not us being involved in any type of FOIA request, just making sure we're aware. I didn't want administration, just for expediency's sake, not notifying commissioners that they'd been FOIA'd. That's what I wanted to make sure of. Yep. Okay. Any further questions for Michelle? Darius? Commissioner?
Again, just one last question. I know you know the answer to this. I know the county commissioners know the answer to this, but just for our folks at home that watch via YouTube, I just want to throw this question out every now and then, that these purchases do fall within the guidelines of the ARPA guidelines, excuse me.
Absolutely, they do. And if you can look in the staff report, I did actually include some additional specific information, how this one specifically falls under the guidelines for ARPA. It's a little bit different than some of the other ones, but this one does have, in the current situation, the staff report does show what sections it applies for in ARPA.
Perfect. Again, I didn't want to insult your intelligence or anything like that.
No problem.
Just to keep things at bay and keep our community just informed. Just want to throw it out every now and then.
My pleasure. No problem. It's not a problem at all.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have nothing further.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further commission questions? Remember, you have Monday discussion, and I would like commissioners to understand that we also will be voting on this on Tuesday night. So you've got more than enough time to ask questions of administration and him to disseminate answers to all of us. Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, and I will make sure that I upgrade the staff report for the other one for the Monday session.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yes, please travel safe.
Thank you.
Okay. In accordance with MCL 15.268, a legal opinion will be discussed with the county attorney, Jackson County versus Township of Leone, ETAL case number 15-2798-CK, Jackson County Circuit Court. I need a motion, please. So moved. We have a motion, we have support. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Walls? Yes. Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Pileski?
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Snell?
Yes.
Commissioner Bear?
Yes.
Chairman Shotwell?
Yes. Okay,
8.
we shall adjourn to 6. Motion to return. Support. We have a motion and support. Bear and Kennedy. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Madam Clerk, could you read the motion?
I move to approve the county attorney's recommendation in the case of Jackson County versus Leone et al. And authorize the board chair to sign the settlement agreement upon approval as to form by the county attorney.
I'll move that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Snell, supported by Commissioner Pileski. How would you like to do this? You want to post it, or do you want to call it?
Let's
You
call.
are ready to call.
Let's call.
Madam Clerk, could you call?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Pileski?
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Snell?
Yes.
Commissioner Bear?
Yes.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
Chairman Shotwell?
Yes.
8.
Motion carries. Any other items to come before the board today? We return to public comment, seeing no public. Commissioner comments. Seeing no commissioner comments, we'll adjourn. See everyone Monday.